Hi, I'm Ger Prendergast and today I'm completing my pre-intervention force velocity assessment. The aim of the assessment is to determine if I have a force or velocity deficit. The results from today's assessment will be used to design a 4-week individualized training program. I'll then repeat the assessment after my training program to evaluate if there's any change in force or velocity. I'll now begin by explaining the test equipment and procedures. Today's assessment will be completed by using the MyJumpLab app, an Olympic barbell and bumper plates. The assessment will consist of squat jumps performed under a progressively increasing external load. The planned loaded conditions are body weight, 20 kilograms, 40 kilograms and 60 kilograms, provided that proper technique can be maintained. Multiple maximal attempts will be completed at each load with adequate recovery in between to minimize the effects of fatigue. The best valid attempt from each loading condition will be analyzed using the MyJumpLab app and then used to create a force velocity profile. Before testing, I completed a standardized warm-up to prepare for maximal jumping. The testing area has been cleared and checked to make sure it's safe and free of any hazards. The same equipment, camera angles and testing procedures will be used throughout the assessment. Adequate recovery will be provided between each loading condition to minimize the effects of fatigue. Maintaining consistent testing procedures will improve the reliability of the results. Before testing, I measured my body mass and my anthropometric measurements that's required by the MyJumpLab app. These measurements are necessary to calculate my force velocity profile. All measurements were done before testing began. The same measurements and procedures will be used in the post-intervention assessment. So the squat jump begins from a static squat position. I lower myself to where I have approximately 90 degrees of knee flexion. From here then I'll maximally jump as high as I possibly can to get the best test result. So the pause at 90 degrees is to eliminate any kind of countdown movement, and then the maximal jump will give me the best results. But obviously I want to do it with good, proper, safe technique. So I'm going to begin test 1, body weight squat. I have the MyJumpLab app in front here below, measuring the height from when I leave the mat to when I return to the mat. I'm now progressing to the next test, which is using the 20 kilogram bar. So the procedure remains the same, and adequate recovery afterwards to minimize fatigue. I'm now going to progress to the next external load of 40 kilograms. Again, the whole procedures remain the same to get the consistency of the testing. So I'm now progressing to an external load of 60 kilograms, again following the procedures from previous lifts, and I'll do a couple of jumps again, and the best result I will use, put the data into the MyJumpLab app, and use that then to create the force velocity profile. The force velocity testing protocol has now been completed. All results then will be put into the MyJumpLab app and then used to create the profile. The results will be used then to identify any force or velocity deficit, and then that information will be used to create a 4-week individualized training program to improve any deficit found. Hi, I'm Ger Prendergast, and today I'm completing my post-intervention force velocity assessment. The purpose of the assessment is to evaluate any changes after the 4-week training intervention that was applied. To ensure that the results are reliable and directly comparable to that of the pre-intervention assessment, the testing protocols have been standardized. The same testing environment, testing equipment including barbell, plates are all being used. The same warm-up will be done using the same footwear, using the same rest periods. It's the same time of day as the previous assessment, the same day of the week. So everything has been standardized in an effort to get reliable and comparable results as the pre-intervention assessment also. Testing will begin with the unloaded squat before progressing through the loaded conditions using the same protocol as the pre-intervention assessment. Bodyweight squat jump. $20 kg loaded squat jump. $40 kg loaded squat jump. Bodyweight squat jump. $20 kg loaded squat jump. $40 kg loaded squat jump. $60 kg loaded squat jump. The post-intervention testing has now been completed. The testing was carried out using the same procedures as the pre-intervention testing to minimize any variabilities between testing. As mentioned previously, we used the same training environment, same training equipment, including Olympic barbell, plates, shoes, same warm-up, same rest periods. So everything was kept the same, just again to minimize any variabilities between both tests. The recorded videos will now be analysed using the MyJumpLab app, and this will be done to generate a force velocity profile. The post-intervention results will be compared with the pre-intervention results in an effort to evaluate if the 4-week training program was effective.